Comedian Eric Omondi led a peaceful demonstration outside Parliament buildings in Nairobi along Parliament Road to raise voice over high cost of living being experienced in the country. Some of the issues that were raised, as it could be seen written on placards, are high prices of maize flour, fuel, electricity, as well as high cost of taxi services, among other issues. While outside the Parliament buildings, Eric, together with his team, wanted to meet the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Moses Wetangula, but it was unsuccessful.
Mimi niko na heshima. Amunisikia sasa mnaniongelesha, lakini gari zikipita mnatuangalia na hijua. Tusifungue barabara. Wase mtoto wa barabara. Mtoto wa barabara. Tunataka weta. Tunataka weta. Tunataka weta. Ita Wetangula. Hapana, ita Wetangula. Kuja anigize ndani wa
Erick Omondi, together with other 17 guys, were then arrested by police and taken to Nairobi Central Police Station. The following day, Eric and his team were arraigned in Milimani Law Court in Nairobi, where they were charged for having unlawful assembly. They were released on cash bail of 10,000 Kenyan shillings each after their lawyer, Danstan Omari, pleaded to the court to free them on bail. After his release, Eric immediately addressed the media, and his stand remained, "Kenyans are suffering," and he said at times he receives calls from the people who cannot afford to pay school fees for their children. Others are jobless despite graduating from university, and he continued saying he might even consider telling people to write on paper their individual pressing issues and lead them to the President William Ruto in the State House to present their grievances. On the other hand, Eric pleads to the government and the political class to consider the plight Kenyans go through, even though high cost of living is a global issue. My name is Ronald Terer, and this is Ronald Terer Insights.
My plea to the political class, my plea to the government of the day, this vicious circle stops now. Whatever it takes, this vicious circle stops now. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming the president. He's not been in the office for 1 year. It's less than a year. And I suspect he has no information. And that is why I'm asking every Kenyan, because our president has not been informed by the people around him. We've had them talk on the microphone, even this week, and they're very detached. And maybe, perhaps, they have not told His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, of the situations on the ground, which I know as Erick Omondi. Because I have friends, I have families, I have relatives. I know. I consider myself a young person, even though most of you say I'm not. I am on the ground as a comedian, as a person. And because maybe he is not aware, yeah? And the government of the day campaigned on this, and they went around the country talking and meeting hustlers. This is what we're going to do. If you are out there and you are a Kenyan and you are unemployed, but you have a CV, print it. If you are out there and you are a Kenyan citizen and you've not paid for your rent, ask your landlord today to write you an official letter. If you're a parent and you're a Kenyan citizen and you've not paid for your school fees, go to the head teacher, head mistress, get a stamped letter. Yeah, your school fees are there. We are going to take these things to State House. Tunapelekea rais wetu. Tunampelekea CV. Kama ulienda JKUAT, umeenda Maseno, umeenda Nairobi University, na hujapata kazi. So long as you have a CV, tutakutana, tutaenda tupelekeo rezo. Tulienda Parliament hatukuenda. Tulifukuzwa hatukufukuzwa. We went there respectfully. Tukarealize Wetangula kumbe hana solution. Tulimuita pale tukafukuzwa. So if you're a Kenyan na unauza ndizi, wewe pia kuja kama ndizi zako zinanunuliwa. Beba ndizi kwa besheni. We will go to State House with our CVs, with our rent arrears. Make sure it's on a paper. Tuende tutafute kazi. And if you're part of the political class or part of the problem, Mr. President, this is my personal request. We are all suffering. Okay, most of us, not all of us. But a bigger percentage of Kenyans, out of the 55 million, I can assure you, more than 65% are suffering.